15 or 20 of them spawning in there all at the same time. That really did so well. We thought that year would be sort of the beginning of a real cycle of chum. And unfortunately, instead of getting tens of thousands of little guys in the spring, we had major rains that winter. It rained for like 7 days in a row, and houses slipped off of cliffs in North Vancouver, and the bridges washed out in Squamish, and people drove off the bridge and died up there. A woman was crushed. Well, these banks all slipped down onto the road. This road was closed for about a week there. And our stream was like probably 2.5 feet deep here and rushing mud. So the silt smothered the eggs or it washed them out. So instead of having tens of thousands of these little guys in the spring, we had 1,000 maybe. So we really thought that year was going to be it. Didn't really happen. But we'll walk up this trail. If I yell at you or whistle, you gotta hit the bank because some guys come roaring down here on bikes. Be hell. If we walk up here, you'll see our little off-channel habitat pond here. I don't think there's any point in us crawling through fences here. So we'll walk up the trail and look down on this little pond. And I'll show you what we've done.
So this is the elderflower bloom.
This is sort of an explanation of what we did here. We put this sign in it, 2 or 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I guess. But this is that little split rail fence on the other side in here. It goes around this pond. This was it before it really totally filled in. But we'll be looking down on this pond. These are the little cohos. These are the little chum, like those carvings you saw. And the chum don't spend much time in fresh water. They leave within a month or so, but these guys spend a whole year. And right now there'll still be some cohos in there 4 or 5 inches long. You might see them rising for insects. And I threw some carcasses in there when we had all these big guys back in the fall. And those dead fish that you saw in the pictures, I threw them in those ponds. And these little guys, they fed on them all winter. So normally they sort of enhance the nitrogen content and whatnot, but in this case they didn't wait for the whole cycle of the nutrients feeding all the green stuff feeding the insects, and then eating the insects. They went straight to the protein and ate their relatives. So they're sort of cannibalistic. But it made big fat fish that you could eat.
So this is working, so we have a